Hey guys, I'm Mitch and welcome back to another episode of our Exploring Careers series. Today I'm excited to be joined by Megan, who is from PwC. Thanks for jumping on today,
Hi.
Megan.
Hi Mitch, thank you so much for having me.
No, excited to have a chat to you because I know a lot of people have seen PwC or have heard of PwC, but a lot of those people, and myself included, don't really understand exactly what it is that PwC do. Everyone's kind of heard of them, but might not have a good understanding about what PwC actually do. So can you tell us about who PwC are and what you guys do there?
Yeah, so we are a multinational professional services firm and we provide services to organisations around like auditing, consulting, even like tax advice and deals advice. And our clients kind of vary from like people in government, healthcare agencies, financial services, so like your banks, superannuation companies, and even like retail and education places as well, which is really cool.
Yeah, right, cool. And what are you doing there? So what's your role within PwC?
Yeah, so I work within our Cybersecurity and Digital Trust team. So that means that I work with clients to uplift their cyber resilience. So for me, I've worked with a lot of financial services companies, in particularly like the big four banks and like insurance companies, to help them with like their tech controls and make sure that they're complying with different like government regulation.
Perfect. And in that role, what does a normal day look like for you? Like, do you even have a normal day? Is each day different? How does that look?
So every day is kind of different, which is what I really like about it. Some days I'm in the office, some days I'm at home. I guess kind of it involves a lot of project meetings. So we meet up with the client and their stakeholders quite regularly to keep them up to date. So a lot of our work involves giving them advice and using our expertise to help advise them in different like problems that they might have and kind of giving them solutions. So we have a lot of meetings, there's a lot of emails. I guess we also have quite a few like events with them, like to connect and network as well. But yeah, every day is so different. Like today I woke up at around 8:30, but when I'm in the office, like I wake up at 6:30, going to by the train into the really beautiful office in Sydney where I'm based. But yeah, every day is different, which is really great. Yeah.
Perfect. And what drew you to PwC? Was this something that was always in the plan? Did you always want to work for PwC as you were kind of going through your schooling, or how did that come about?
To be honest, throughout my schooling, I had no idea who PwC was. It wasn't until I had a conversation with my careers advisor where I found out about a program they were running called the Higher Apprenticeship program. So that meant it's kind of like a traineeship or an apprenticeship where you work and you also study through an organisation called TAFE NSW on the side as well. So you get to build practical skills within like the work environment, and you also get to study the theory behind it through your like learning through TAFE. And that kind of program really drew me in. Like the idea that I could start my career straight out of high school was just so awesome. And frankly, if it had been any other company, I probably would have done it too. But like just PwC, when I first went to their office, I just felt like I fitted in. I could just see myself working there. I loved the environment. The people were really nice on that information day. And I guess that's what kind of drew me to the organisation. Just that initial interaction I had and the program that they had available was just, it was just really awesome.
Yeah, perfect. Especially with that higher apprenticeship program. That sounds like such a cool opportunity because most people would think working for a PwC that you've probably got to go to uni for 4 years and have a certain degree. But the fact that you were able to go straight from school and then they would, also teach you on the job and you're able to, get your degree out of it at the end as well. Really exciting. So it's good to know that there's, multiple pathways into PwC than what people might have traditionally thought. And you touched on a few things there. You love the office, the people. If you had to bring it down to one thing, which I know might be a bit tough, but what's your favourite thing about working at PwC? What's the absolute best thing that you've got to let everyone know about?
I'd probably have to say it's the people. I'm surrounded by so many lovely and supportive people across so many different teams. They've been a lot of mentors for me, like they've shared their knowledge, helped me grow within the first 2 years that I've been here. They've just been such lovely people. I've met some like my best friends here. And that is what has made my experience so memorable, just the people that I work with.
Awesome. And you obviously touched on your role and what PwC do at the top of this. But what's something that kind of took you by surprise? What's something that people maybe wouldn't know about PwC or working for PwC? Was there anything there?
I guess most people wouldn't know the extra benefits that come with like working here. So all of our offices around Australia have a free barista in there. So you get to come in and get like free coffee in the morning. We also have like different snacks around on the floors as well. Like you can go like some biscuits or like cake. There's just like a lot of extra benefits to working here besides just the people and the environment. My personal favourite is like we have a dress for your day policy. So if I don't feel like wearing like a suit in the morning, I can just rock up wearing jeans and a t-shirt. Like it's very comfortable. It's not as corporate as you would imagine. Like it's a very relaxed environment.
Yeah, awesome. No, I love that. And I think that's important to touch on, that it's not as corporate as people might think. When looking at a PwC, you might imagine that a kind of a stale setting in suits and that type of thing. But obviously from what you're saying, it's clearly not that, and it's quite the opposite. For people who are listening to this now, maybe heard some of what you've had to say and are keen on, learning more about PwC and maybe going, look, this is something I want to do. This sounds right up my alley. What are some attributes that PwC are looking for in people that will help people join PwC?
I'd say it's definitely the soft skills that you possess. So things like communication, time management, like if you're a problem solver, we're not really focused on like your academic achievements. Like it's more about what you do like as a hobby, or what you do as like extracurricular in school or in university. Like those different things that you do outside of your work life make you a more like rounded person. And it's those skills that you've learnt that will help transfer into your job. So like if you were looking to stand out from the crowd in an interview, you'd want to be talking about like how you love learning, or how you're passionate about the industry or driven to achieve your goals. Like your personal qualities and like your personality, that's what will really make you stand out if you were going to apply for PwC.
Awesome. So now you've been obviously with PwC a little while now. Knowing what you know now, and for any young people that are watching this, kind of completing their schooling at the moment, maybe going through years 9, 10, 11, whatever it may be, what advice would you give to those people knowing what you know now? Because it's often a very difficult time. People are, young people at school are often required to make big decisions about their futures at a very young age, but it's super stressful. I don't know what I'm doing. You're asking me what I'm going to be doing in 10 years. I don't know what I'm having for lunch, let alone what my career is going to be. So it's a very stressful time. You've got people pulling you in all different directions. What would you say to those young people who are maybe feeling that stress, knowing what you know now?
Well, when I was in high school, I was very, I had a life plan, like I had a 5-year plan. I was like, I'm going to finish high school, I'm going to go to university, and then I'm going to start my career. And that's how I'm going to be successful. And I think it was about adjusting to the idea that there were other pathways to get to where I wanted to be. Like I really wanted to work in an office environment. Like I wanted to work something to do with business. That's what I really wanted to do. And this particular program that I went through helped kind of fast track that goal for me. So for like the high school students, the biggest advice I can give you is keep your options open. Like it's not the be all or end all if you don't go to university, or if you don't end up necessarily where you imagine you would be, because there's so many different pathways to get into your career or even to PwC that frankly, it doesn't matter which way you go, like you're going to be successful. Like for me, I didn't go to university. I did a traineeship, and I'm well, I'm here today. I like to think I'm quite successful, but it's just about being okay that there are so many different options out there, and it's about finding the right one to suit you, to suit your lifestyle, and even just like your learning style. Some people are very theory-based, and maybe university would be best for them. But for me, I liked the hands-on aspect. So for me, a vocational pathway was perfect. But yeah, keeping your options open. It's not just one pathway. That's all.
Perfect. No, I think that's great advice. Definitely don't pigeonhole yourself. Keep your options open. Don't think this is exactly what I'm going to do and this is how it has to go. Keep your options open because things change. You keep things flexible and fluid. So I think that's some great advice. So for people who are interested in PwC or maybe the program which you've been through, is that coming up again? Is that an ongoing thing? Does that pop up every year? How does that work?
So you study the certificate 4 in IT within the first year, and then you study the diploma in IT in the second year. We just had a new cohort start just a few months ago. So my cohort started in 2020. So this is now the second one through the program as well.
Awesome, exciting. Well, of course, we'll leave all the relevant information below in the links below. So if anyone wants to find out a bit more about what you've had to say today, Megan, or the different programs on offer and how they can get involved in PwC, we'll leave all that information down below and you can go and do your own research and find out how amazing it is at PwC. But thank you so much for jumping on today, Megan. It's been great talking to you and good luck in your future endeavours.
Thanks, Mitchell. It's lovely to be here.